Today on the Cooligans, we're talking about Ronaldinho and his legal issues.
That's right. We're talking about Chicharito and why he takes naps after the game. I don't know what's going on over there.
He's a little busy, all right? He got other stuff to do whenever he has a back
I can't really talk to you, media.
And we have to, weirdly enough, Floyd Mayweather will be involved in this episode somehow, which is the soccer
Are we
show.
joining the money team?
Okay, I hope that's the big news. So all this and more today on the Cooligans!
Yeah, baby!
Yes! Yeah! Okay.
Huh?
All right, if you thought we weren't serious.
Okay. That's my coronavirus test right there. I'm good.
Pass with flying colors.
Right?
Okay, cool. I'm glad. I'm sure that's comforting to everyone watching.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
I was a little worried about the disease before I tuned into the Cooligans.
Are the Cooligans good? I know Grandma just died, but I said, are the Cooligans good?
Okay, we must protect them at all costs.
Okay. We are important to this whole culture thing. What happens if we go?
Hello, everyone.
What you gonna listen to?
Yes, this is not a health checkup show. It's a soccer show. Welcome to the Cooligans. My name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerrero.
All right, we're your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer show on television
that ever did exist.
that ever did exist.
And it's not just that.
Okay.
It's the most coronavirus free. The other shows, coronavirus.
They have trace amounts at the very least of coronavirus.
You know what I mean? Like a suspicion. Like if there was a dog that could sniff out coronavirus and hang out by them at the airport is what I'm saying.
He'll tell the owner, like, hey, look, I'm not sure what's here, but something's here.
I don't want to bark and set a lot of people off, but something's happening over here. Oh, we're also the gulliest show.
Hello, that's right. And what's more gully than accusing other shows of having the coronavirus?
That's right. Don't listen to them, dude. Don't watch them. You're going to get it.
It's transmittable through your 60-inch screen television.
Don't let the brightness of that screen touch your face. They said not to touch your face.
The blue light will give it anyway. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
It's not going to get smarter than this. This is as dumb as we are the whole time.
Too many things to discuss today. Obviously, over the weekend, the MLS games. The Italy getting shut down.
They shut the whole thing down.
Oh my God! What happened to the pizza industry out in Italy, bro? You worried, Alexis?
I mean, they might fall from second best to New York to now third or fourth.
What? This is terrible.
I mean, what a shocking slide to go from silver to potentially bronze. It's a real shame.
So that's kind of the big shocker because we were talking
how bad pizza is in Italy, right? Because people think it's where it's from, and yeah, that's what you're going to talk about,
yeah,
right?
of course, obviously. Yeah, I have very strong opinions on Italian pizza. No, but a couple weeks ago we were talking about in China the people that were quarantined because of the coronavirus, and they had to be like stuck at home, and we made a whole plea to Fubo and saying like, hey, we got to get Fubo in China because everybody's stuck at home, and this is a perfect opportunity to watch.
It's marketing.
It's marketing, but
right.
Now we got to move Fubo over to Italy.
Hey, it's the Cooligans, eh? No, yes. That's really all we got.
Yeah, they would love that.
Yeah. Formaggi. That means cheese. I'm kind of at the end of my Italian knowledge there.
So, but this is a big shock because Serie A is shutting down, right? To my knowledge, right? They are.
Well, they played a couple games behind closed doors in northern Italy, but now the whole country. Somebody went like, poof, you know. What I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's how you shut down a country, but like the whole
switch.
movie.
Yeah.
And apparently the whole country's on lockdown right now. So it's like martial law, dude.
Yeah. So that's the wild thing. Even the games that were just with no supporters there was the Juventus. I forgot who Juventus played, but there's that video of Cristiano Ronaldo
pretending to high five everyone.
Yeah. He's walking off the bus and he's like high fiving no one or whatever. Yeah. But so there is this like it's just a strange thing to see in sports, but to see it in soccer. So the interesting thing with Italy is that it's the Serie A games are going to be canceled or at least postponed or whatever. But the Champions League games that are happening in Italy are still going, baby.
I mean, we're shutting it down, but only for the stuff we don't want. You know what I mean? Champions League still popping, and everyone's talking about like a big conspiracy theory that they waited to shut Serie A down until after Juventus already took the 1-point lead in the table.
Oh, just in case.
So they're like, all right, look, if we call it here and we say, okay, you're the winners. At least it's Juventus, right?
What a weird conspiracy. They've won like 7 times in a row.
Oh, I don't know. The team that paid the officials. All of a sudden, you're worried that there might be problems in the future. It's going to stick with you for a while,
they
boys.
They were punished for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got sent to Serie B, right? Or
I mean, people got in trouble. People got fired. But still, I mean, never goes away, you know? You don't come home from stabbing someone. Everyone's like, he's good. Let him around the knives.
We gave him a little slap on the wrist. He learned his lesson.
He basically was in a dorm for 6 months. Everything's fine.
So it's a thing that people are now asking. Could it happen in the U.S.? Could it happen in Major League Soccer? Will the XFL be shut down? You know?
The important questions. Major League Baseball already looks like it's been shut down from the attendance. so
I'm a little worried that it could happen here. I mean, the MLS games are only this will be their 3rd week, but I don't know if it's the country's a lot bigger than than Italy, or obviously, so there isn't like that concentrated like similar concern of the middle of the country. People are not touching each other. They're not talking to each other. They're very religious. They're not, they're waiting till.
Right, they say howdy and they hold their hats. They don't even shake hands. Right? Is that what y'all do?
That's how it works out there.
It's hard to shake hands when you're both on horses, you know? Can't get that close.
I went horseback riding when I was in Costa Rica.
All right, Jesus. Keep some of your information personal. Oh, you actual horse. Okay. Never mind. I was like, wow. Thank God I did not stick around the weekend.
I went horseback riding. And so I went with my girlfriend, and also obviously there was like I don't know what you would call him, the guy leading us.
Your Sherpa. Your guide?
The guide, yes,
Yeah.
The guy. I don't know if he's on, because he's on a horse. There's a specific name.
Buckaroo.
Very nice man.
Yeah.
But then he was like, hey, get close to each other so you can kiss. So you have to, not the horses, us,
Yeah.
right? So,
What exactly? Why am I holding this camera?
but he was like, guide the horses next to each other so you could take a photo kissing.
Uh-huh.
Very difficult to get close to another horse.
Oh, guiding a massive animal? Yeah. Very difficult.
So, good point. That's what I'm saying. Alexis,
Yeah.
you know your stuff.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude. Yeah, when it comes to aquarian, I don't know, what do you call a horse?
Equestrian. Yes, an aquarium.
I was that close. Put the 2 cougars together so you can stick your head out the window and kiss.
Yeah, that would be entertaining too. Yeah, a little challenging as well.
Guys, I was maybe 16 when I saw the first horse ever that didn't have a cop on it, okay? Give me a little bit. We really didn't have riding classes where I'm from.
Speaking of Cougar was a big hit on the internet.
It went wild. People made an ad for it.
An ad for it, yeah. Shout out to it was Benchwarmers.
Yeah, Benchwarmers.
The guy Ricky made an ad for
the app. He actually made a logo and
a
everything.
logo and everything. Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah, it's so dope.
So a lot to look forward to when it comes to future business ventures for the Cooligans.
Yeah, and if you're listening to the show and we say something stupid, and by we I mean me, feel free to Photoshop it. Let's see what this looks like.
It's just like Alexis's imagination,
Right,
visually. Like,
look, all the synapses don't fire, okay? But sometimes that means genius comes out when it's translated by Christian, okay? So let's see what that looks like.
Okay, all right. So we'll be back. A lot of soccer news to talk about right after this, everybody. right, welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
So, we have to announce this very quickly. We will be going to Rhode Island for the next Project Go
That's
event.
right. We're doing it again, baby.
Okay, everybody was expecting it and waiting for it. No, but we had a great time last year for Project Goal. If you do not know, is an organization in Rhode Island that is basically like an after-school program and an after-school soccer education program for underserved kids. And it's
Kids from underserved communities.
Underserved kids.
Is that still count?
Yeah, that's the kids.
I don't think that's right. It sounds like kids who didn't get enough lunch. I got underserved here. As for a whole.
Correct. I think they're both accurate. But no, we will be emceeing the event again this year.
And it's a fundraiser as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's a really good organization. Great people that run it. It is again, it is free for the kids, so that's why they are raising money. So it's in Rhode Island, Friday, March 27th, and it's in East Providence, Rhode Island at I'm gonna butcher the name, Wennamoiset Country Club. So go to projectgoal.org for more information.
Wennamoiset loves a woman.
Yep, that's where it came from.
Yeah. That's my singing voice, by the way. That was me trying.
Okay, so let's get into some news that is not as positive.
Or maybe if you listen to us to hear about what's the most recent crime committed by a former player, then this is it.
Yes.
Ronaldinho getting arrested at the border. Detained. He got sent to a jail, and the handcuffs were put on him.
Yeah.
Sorry to get technical here.
Yeah, he's not in a good position right now. Let's leave it at that. Yes, you're seeing Ronaldinho on the screen now.
His brother behind him. Apparently, they were using fake passports, fake Paraguayan passports, to get into Paraguay. If you're going to use a fake Paraguayan passport, don't go into Paraguay where they know what that document looks like. That's my first hint.
And also, they 100% know that you're not Paraguayan.
Yeah.
You're Ronaldinho, right?
You're a very famous person. Coming to America, no one knows who you are. We didn't even know Paraguay had passports, all right?
Yeah, in America, they'd be like, oh, who is this Puerto Rican guy, I guess? I don't know.
Wow, look at this. We got a fancy Mexican trying to get in
here. Yes, that's what Brazilians are called.
Yeah.
Fancy Mexicans.
Yeah, I mean, to the TSA agents, probably. You would have been fine, man. So,
look, if obviously Ronaldinho, legendary player, obviously played for Brazil, played for Barcelona. Everyone's a fan of him. If you were
the greatest soccer commercials, the Joga Bonito.
Exactly.
The best soccer highlight compilations ever.
Yeah, if you played FIFA anywhere from like 2001 to 2015, you always pick this guy.
Yeah. He was the Jordan or the Kobe of his generation.
The skills on the ball.
It's ridiculous.
For me, Ronaldinho was like, I had never seen anyone do that with a soccer ball.
Video games weren't advanced enough to capture how good he was. Like, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could do stuff in a video game you couldn't do in real life with a player. This was the opposite.
The motion capture people at EA were like, yo, chill. You're doing too much because our computers can't capture all that.
There was like a guy in that like sort of black
the dots, the bubbles
with the ping pong balls on him. And he's like, I don't know, put this thing on a cat, okay? I can't do the thing that guy can do, okay? It's ridiculous.
So, look, he was the last couple of years. Ronaldinho's been much more of an ambassador to the game. He's like on either doing commercials. He actually did go back to Brazil to play for not Grêmio or Atlético Mineiro or something. He went back to Corinthians, whatever, one of his like childhood clubs or whatever.
Yeah.
And he did that for a couple of years after
you've royally upset some Brazilians by not knowing this. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
One of those clubs out
one
there.
One of these little Brazilian clubs.
You know how nice you are to each other?
Yeah, right? Everyone gets along.
But the last couple of years, he's been doing much more like charity events, and he's been more public appearances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so
he's considered. I think his like official title is he's an ambassador for both Brazil, the country, and Barcelona, the club.
Yeah. So now that he is in this hot water, right? So so this is the strange thing. He was trying to go into Paraguay for for some charity event that he was going to be at. Supposedly, right?
Allegedly.
So he was he's trying to get him with a fake passport. The only thing that's really odd is that Paraguay and Brazil have some sort of agreement that Brazilian citizens do not need a passport to go into Paraguay.
So that's like a cop pulls you over because your taillight's out, and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me move the cocaine in the trunk to access this taillight and fix it." Why is your hand on your gun? You know,
so
you didn't even need the passport, bro.
That's what makes this even more ridiculous. He got a fake passport. He got illegal documents to go to a place he did not need to. It's just like...
It's like using a fake ID at McDonald's. Like, bro, ain't nobody stopping you.
Okay? It's like paying a coyote to get a Metro card, you know?
Coyote being the people that transport you over the border.
Yes, exactly.
Not an actual coyote. People are like, yo, the subway's lit.
It gets pretty crazy out there.
Couple coyotes out there.
So
what happened to you on this horse? You learned so much.
I'm a changed man. But no, so now he's in jail. He is detained.
Supposedly, so this is a rumor.
This is the gossip section of the Cooligans.
Okay? We're spilling a little bit of mate. We're spilling all the mate. Apparently, he's in a jail where narcotraficantes, like massive drug dealers, cartel guys, and political criminals are being held. Which is, by the way, why you put those two together?
No, they don't need.
They're just getting an opportunity to communicate a bit more. I feel like the problem is the politicians are working with the narcotraficantes.
It's no longer a prison; it's more of a conference room.
Yeah. Guys, you're going to jail. Also, there's a couple notebooks and a whiteboard. You guys want to just talk about whatever you want.
Anybody need some tea? Maybe coffee, marshmallows?
You good? We want to keep you guys awake. Anybody caffeine? Anything? What the hell's going on out there in Paraguay? So he's been put in there, and now they're saying that there's additional charges, which is why he's still being held.
Yeah.
But they haven't wanted this to get into the media. Again, these are all rumors. We can't substantiate anything we ever say on the show, including this.
Please put a disclaimer, Fubo.
Yeah. I mean, you know what you're watching. I'm wearing a windbreaker. Since when do you take advice from a guy with a windbreaker on? Never. It's not a good idea.
Oh, I thought you were a lawyer. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was wearing my Sunday best. So, what you would call it? Apparently, there's some type of money laundering that's also attached to this.
Okay.
And people have been saying there's been rumors about his brother not being on the up and up for a long time, and apparently his brother was the one who got him this paperwork. His brother's like, I don't know if he's a money handler for him or like an assistant.
Yeah.
Or kind of just like the guy who handles stuff for him because he's here to take pictures. He smiles, a lot of peace signs.
The only good news is that it also has been reported that in the Paraguayan jail that he is staying at, there's going to be a futsal tournament pretty soon. So I think time to shine.
So the biggest politician and the most important narcotraficante in there, I think they're going to pick him first. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
He might be a ringer.
Yeah.
I think, I've seen some of his game tape. I have a good feeling about it.
I'm not sure we should pick him first. I'm going to kill you in the shower. We're going to pick him first.
All right, we'll be back with more after this, everybody. We are the funniest soccer podcast that you've ever listened to.
Now we're the funniest soccer television show you've ever watched.
Okay, all right.
And not just that, just so happens that we the gulliest. Yeah, baby. How about that little throwback?
Look, memories.
That was 6 months ago.
6 months ago, this
to the day.
This television show began a new era in
television. Yeah. For
Yeah.
us, it's just old hat. But for everyone else,
Everybody else is
the
like,
game done changed, folks.
everybody watching is like, man, they really, this is monumental. What I'm
I
watching.
know. I'm surprised that we're not, all, I don't know, a national holiday, maybe? 6 months?
Okay, just get rid of President's Day. Make it Cooligans Day. Let's do it.
Welcome to the gulliest national holiday of all time.
Yes, so more to get to. Obviously, more news, more drama in European soccer this time. We have to talk about Eric Dier.
Yeah, that's right. Going right in the stands.
Okay, doing a Ron Artest.
Yeah.
A little Jermaine O'Neal. Malice at the Palace.
little thriller at White Hart Lane. I don't know what.
Yes, Eric Dier, you're seeing on your screen now. If you haven't seen this video, where you been? Because Eric Dier jumped into the stands after their recent match.
Apparently, his brother and his family.
Yeah.
His brother got punched supposedly, and they were being racially abused.
So there's a lot of speculation. I don't know.
Let's start with. I thought he was white. Okay? I mean, what's happening out there? Y'all are separating by whites?
Oh, wow. What kind of segregation is going on in England, bruh?
What kind of old-timey racism y'all got going on out there?
Are you doing something like, is it religious now?
know,
Is it Catholic, Protestant, or what's going on?
Y'all got too much going on out there. Y'all got so much hate.
No, man. So, obviously, it's pretty wild to see a player run into the stands. The game ended, and it
was his own fans. It wasn't the away fans.
Yeah. So basically, there was so much speculation because people did think that it was they were racially abusing a player on Tottenham at first. That's
and
what
the brother said something.
Yeah, and the brother was defending or whatever.
Right.
And then it became they were saying negative things about Eric Dier, and then his brother defended him, and so then Eric Dier runs into this.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
All we know is Eric Dier had enough.
Yes, Eric
when he
Dier.
heard the final whistle blow, he's like, it's time for a little injury time. You know what I mean? He's about to mush some dude.
So he, So just the idea of a Premier League player running into the stand and basically being like, "Yo, I'm about to throw some hands."
Yeah.
And he was, and on video you see him saying, "That's my brother. That's my brother." You know, I'm like, "All right, whoa, Eric."
Damn, we heard you the first time. But like the fans are holding him back, and it's this thing soccer fans do, or like players, when you injure someone or you hurt someone, you like caress the back of their head.
Oh yeah.
It's like you grab the back of their head to let them know, like, no, we're friends, and we're one step closer to making out. And the fans are doing that, and they're like, no, leave him alone, and he could care less. He's like, that's my brother. Let's go outside then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
meet me by the locker rooms, my guy.
Eric Dier, he's a central defensive midfielder, right?
Yeah, but apparently Mourinho came out and was like, look, we shouldn't go into the stands, but I mean, I do the same thing. Okay? And that's paraphrasing.
Yeah, he pretty much said like, "Yeah, I understand you do what you got to do, but don't do that."
Yeah,
you know.
Mourinho came out. He was like, "Yo, you know the vibes.
Yeah.
You know what happens out here. Watch your mouth, my guy. We got people listening."
He's like, "Yo, White Hart, bro, White Hart until I die."
Yeah. Well, that dude was about to put the L in White Hart Lane.
So
more like Cold Hart Lane.
So
you know how we
look,
do.
he didn't swing on anybody. Nothing ended up happening.
I mean,
but he ended up playing the next game. So he wasn't suspended. But apparently, I think there is some sort of punishment coming because you're not supposed to do that. They can't set that kind of precedent where the players are just going to jump in the stands when somebody said something they did not like. Right?
Okay, I mean, look, here's my. If for what it's worth, here's my 2 cents. Here's my 2 pence. Okay, on this situation. Yeah, that's right.
For whatever reason, I thought Mike Pence. I'm like, what is this about? What's about to happen?
Matty Pence. So here's my two quid. I don't know what you guys call a penny. I think actually penny is an English term. Anyway, here's the thing: if you're being racist, why is the guy who goes to defend the guy being racially abused the one who's going to get in trouble? Now, I know you shouldn't do these things, right? You shouldn't be jumping into the stands, but this one's for a good reason. So, as far as I'm concerned, Eric Dier should not get in any trouble whatsoever. Unless Tottenham is playing, unless this hurts Tottenham. Right now, I'm an Arsenal fan. I just thought about what I just said. Right?
I'm like, wait, he's defending?
Let me go back. You're giving back my 2 pence. Hold on. If this hurts Tottenham, then yeah, you can't go into the stands. What are you going to do, right? Rules are rules.
So, in some other news coming out of the Premier League, this was a bit of a curveball. So I was surprised about this. Floyd Mayweather was apparently in Newcastle at some event, and he was being interviewed. And apparently, I didn't know about this, but he is interested in buying Newcastle United.
He's serious about this too, from what we're hearing.
Yeah. So this is a little trippy because you don't expect Floyd Mayweather, the boxer, the very, holding a lot of money up to his ear kind of guy.
That's how he's going to get the phone call that the deal went through. He's going to put a rack to his ear.
Yes, we're seeing him here with, just other people with sexual abuse allegations. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather has dealt with a lot in his past.
Clearly, he knows soccer players know who he is. He's heard of the game of soccer. I think, though, the funniest part of this is if this happens, you know how British fans like to talk a little spicy about their owner. You know what I mean? I dare you. I dare you. Better tweet it because you know he can't read it. But if you say it on Instagram, my man gonna come for you. Okay.
You better make sure that audio is muted, dog.
You better hold up a piece of paper with that written on it. Okay. Yo, my man gonna be like, wasn't you you thought Eric Dyer going into the stands was the problem?
Yes. Floyd Mayweather will leave the box seats to come after you.
Hell yeah, more like boxing seats. My dude's gonna come down, drag your face up there, and use it as a speed bag.
But this was I love the moderator that was interviewing him at this Q&A said he said you're very interested in buying Newcastle United, and then Floyd Mayweather corrects him. He goes,
"He represented for all of America."
He goes, "In the U.S. we call it soccer, but the Newcastle football team is an unbelievable team." Floyd said, "A hell of a team."
Yeah,
which is great. I love you got well actually by a guy who can't read.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh, you might not know this, but where we from?
Just let me pat you on your British head, and let me
he probably doesn't know much about soccer. He's like, guys, look, we invented it. It's cute that you guys are playing it. Okay, we call it soccer. I don't know why you guys decided to take the wrong sport name.
We have football.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I also will buy Newcastle NFL club. Okay, I'll buy them all.
I'll also buy a Newcastle. I could use one.
Yo, let me get a shiny castle. And he's gonna change the name to like Diamond Grill FC.
It's only fitting.
Yeah.
Right?
Money Team Football Club. Let's go.
Okay, I'm on board. All right.
TMTFC till I die.
It's just Miguel Almiron with them just gold fronts.
He's like, it's hard to play in these. Just shut up and get out there.
All right, we'll be back with more, everybody. Okay, welcome back. So we have to discuss a couple, at least this one MLS match that blew my mind, right? Because LAFC played against the Philadelphia Union. I think a lot of people were just like, all right, Philly gonna go out to the West Coast, get waxed by LAFC. Okay, Vela was gonna, he's gonna smack him with his ponytail, with his man bun or whatever. But no, this game was
they came to play.
This game was a thriller.
Yeah.
It was aggressive. Philly brought that Meek Mill energy out to LA.
They played Dreams and Nightmares on the charter plane
because this game was just the first half was just the first half was 1-1 out, and the game started at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm like, all right,
I missed it because I was performing, and then by the time I got off stage, it was like already. All I saw was tweets about this game.
Yeah.
The goal, I saw the goal from Glesnes.
Yes.
Because you had tweeted it out.
Yeah.
So I'm getting tons of notifications for it. I'm like, oh, what funny did I say on Twitter that all of a sudden has been discovered by the masses? Turns out I had nothing to do with it.
No, I mean, and that was a moment. Jacob Glesnes, the center back, Norwegian center back for Philadelphia Union. I believe this is his first season. I could be wrong, but the fact that he scores a goal like that. If you haven't seen this goal, just look up Jacob Glesnes. Jacob with a K.
I guarantee you, if you put Glesnes, there's nothing else that's going to come. There's not like a Glesnes construction company that's going to come up above this goal. This might be the goal of the year in the second week of MLS.
Yeah, and so this is and I'm even when I tweeted it out, I was like careful to, you know, what words to use of like how impressed I was by this goal.
And you went with David Luiz.
Well, I said because David Luiz did that goal in the World Cup.
Yeah.
That was eerily
So did
similar.
Roberto Carlos's most famous, one of the most famous free kick goals of all time.
But Roberto Carlos's goal curved. It was outside of the boot and it curved outside of the wall. This did not do that.
No, it did not. It nearly ripped apart the wall. This legitimately would have ruined someone's life.
David Luiz did a similar thing in the World Cup where he just knuckled it so much that the keeper wasn't gonna.
That's exactly what happened here. People thought that the keeper reacted late. No, it's that ball was traveling in 6 different directions. It took a fork no one knew was in the road.
So yeah, this goal is incredible, and I also it genuinely felt like one of the greatest goals I've ever seen, right? I mean, it was almost from like 40 yards out.
I mean, the run-up is Roberto Carlo-esque, where you're like, why is he going so far back?
Yeah,
He's not gonna. I mean, he would never. Who the hell is this guy? You know?
Put him on the map immediately, right?
Yeah, wow.
and you can sort of tell based on, if you were watching it on Fox, on FS1, you saw John Strong and Stu Holden call it, and Stu Holden, as the ball is traveling in the air, and he's still like, oh no, he's not gonna take. Oh, he's taking it. Oh my God, it's a goal.
And when you watch it, it looks like the audio and the video aren't synced.
Totally, yeah.
Because midair, he's like, I mean, clearly he's not, he would never take a shot. 1, no one knows who you are, dude. 2, come on now. And 3, what are you, nuts? And as that's going in, it's John Strong going, go!
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes!
Yeah, so it was really one of the greatest goals I've ever seen. But I had this. Maybe this is like MLS, you feel this
inferiority complex,
where you're like, I can't even say that this is one of the greatest goals I've ever seen because it's an MLS goal, and then people are gonna criticize the goalkeeper and MLS goalkeeping and blah blah blah,
and the wall, everything, the grass, and MLS, it's retired grass. I saw it when it was better 5 years ago. I think one of the things that's most frustrating about it is it wasn't until European publications start tweeting it out and giving it that credit that a lot of other people. But it's that PTSD of being an MLS fan. We're like, this is great, and everyone's like, well, let me break down all the ways where it's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then, we saw in the Premier League, right? Pepe Reina playing against Leicester. And
I can't believe he's training for a marathon. What a weird time to do it, but good for him.
Goalkeepers don't need to really exercise or run much, but he chose to do it, to run a lap around the pitch.
He's doing a 10K for some charity.
So we saw it with David De Gea against Everton, right? Where Dominic Calvert-Lewin just goalkeeping errors. I think they got whatever the goalkeeping disease that MLS goalkeepers had. It's over in the Premier League now.
Yeah, that virus is now spread. And they're going to shut down England.
Okay, we've cured ourselves of it.
Yeah, we're good, but now you got it.
Okay.
But here's
a little hot potato.
The thing we did, now I'm hungry. The thing we did, I tweeted out that De Gea and simply said, imagine this happened in MLS. And as soon as I caught a little wind in Europe, people were like, it just happens every day in MLS. Every game, there's a huge mistake like this. Leave us alone. And now Pepe Reina, it's like, well,
nah, bro. It's every week out in England.
Apparently, it ain't just us, my guy.
So, just an unbelievable goal. Philadelphia Union, not only, and obviously that was a great goal. Carlos Vela had the great goal from the free kick, and that's what I loved about this game, that it wasn't like a messy 3-3.
It wasn't like a weird scrap.
It was just like golazos and just everybody's just like on point.
It was one of those things like an old-timey war where like you shoot out the front line and they just come over and shake your hand. That was a good one. That was a good one. All right, we're going to go back and now we're going to try to do it to you, all right? Like it was like that. It was like a sparring contest.
Sure. It was very like respectable battle.
Right, these are the terms of war, folks. You got a good one on us. We're going to try to score a goal on you now.
So the other thing, speaking of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Galaxy lost their game.
Right.
And Chicharito, 2 matches in MLS, has not scored. People are already, the criticism is starting to come up.
Yeah, but now even more because people are mad that he didn't show up for sort of media after the game.
Yeah.
He barely has shown up to MLS, okay? So why are you mad he didn't show up to the media, bruh?
Yeah, he did not appear in the press conference. He didn't speak to any of the reporters.
And look, Corner of the Galaxy tweeted out a photo, which you can see now. It's a huge amount of people that are out there just to talk to him.
Yeah, he's an important figure. Everybody was very excited. Look, if you're welcoming everybody and excited when people show up, at the airport waiting for you.
Yeah.
This is part of the responsibility, right? You have to do this, and it's not. I would even say that there's a double standard, right? He is a much larger figure. He's the most popular player in Major League Soccer right now. I mean, that's just so you have to. That's part of the job.
He's the draw.
Yeah.
He's the reason that people are buying those tickets. He's the reason people are going to that game. And if this much media attention is coming to the league, I kind of feel I get where you're coming from. You're not playing well. Things aren't going great. You want to be focused and not be out there. This is kind of part of the deal of bringing you in.
Yeah.
It's the added exposure that the league is going to get because you're there. That's part of the job.
And I think it's probably a big reason why he maybe never wanted to play in MLS or maybe didn't want to play in earlier in his career in Los Angeles, because there is a little there's a bit of like this happens with comedians that like are from. I'm from New York, right? So a lot of times when you start comedy here, there's a lot more pressure. Everybody like knows you.
Your friends that are coming
and
out.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to like start somewhere else, right?
Right.
Obviously, he got to go to England and be in Manchester United, disconnected. Obviously, there's still a lot of pressure there, but he's not like his.
But you come back a hero because even if you didn't play well, he played for Manchester United.
Yeah, and now that he is in Los Angeles, dealing with the Mexican media that are there, the Spanish media, they are the criticism is
the spotlight is much brighter on him.
It's much closer to you, and I think this is a little bit of a sign of like why he maybe appreciated staying in Europe longer. Why he didn't, he could have. He had
should have gone to Columbus Crew. I mean. No one even knows what Mexicans are out there. They're like, damn, you light-skinned black dude.
Okay, you like friends with Drake or something?
I know, man. What's your mom? Are you Jewish?
So look, I hope I want him to succeed, but this part of it, the dealing with the criticism, is part of the responsibility.
Hey, it's week 2. It's only gonna get a little brighter now.
All right, so we hope it improves. All right, okay, we'll be back, everybody, with more. Okay, everyone. Let's talk about some U.S. men's national team, youth national team.
That's right.
Get a lot of U.S. soccer that we have to get to.
Some good, some bad.
Let's start with the positive. Let's start with the Olympic roster.
Yep.
So it was revealed at halftime of the LAFC Philadelphia Union game. The roster, and so look. The last couple of years, I think the last 2 Olympics, the U.S. men's national team has not made it which is already.
So it's what, like 8 years we haven't qualified? Something like
that? It's pretty embarrassing, pretty rough, and it realistically, it's why they miss out on the World Cup. Right?
It's a sort of like an inkling into how the next generation of men's national team players is going to play.
Correct.
It's not an exact. But it's pretty close.
So there's a couple notable names. Obviously, we have like Reggie Cannon, Justin Glad,
Abobasi, Jonathan Lewis got in there.
Yes. Mark McKenzie from Philadelphia Union, Aaron Herrera,
Sebastian Salcedo from Pumas.
That's right. So that was a big one.
Who's from Park City, Utah, which you were there recruiting him. So
that's right.
Okay. It's a work trip.
Okay, I'm out on the slopes.
You know what I mean?
I'm still.
You just got to show that you're there to be there. You know what I mean? This is all work trip.
So we got Georgi Mihailovic, Brendan Aronson. So look, when you look at this roster, I'm optimistic of like the talent that's on here. It is obviously very a very young squad, but when I see
they're the U23s.
Yeah, when I see like Jackson Ewell,
Reggie Cannon.
Paxton Pomacall. As far as like my main concern is really up front. I think defensively and in the midfield, I think they'll be fine. I'm curious to see. Look, I mean the forwards for the Olympic team: Jeremy Abobasi, Jesus Ferreira, Jonathan Lewis, Yuli Yanez, and Sebastian Salcedo. So I'm like, I've never really seen these guys play together much.
You're like, start them all at the same time. Okay.
So I'm like, what's the front three going to look like, or what the formation is going to look like?
But you got Jonathan Lewis clearly a winger. You got Abobasi clearly a center forward, as far as I'm concerned. So I think like they have placements. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's all. I'm just saying, like, look, if they bag a couple goals, I'll be excited. But like the other players that would be possible to play, but I believe are injured, like Timothy Weah. Like,
Sargent could potentially play as well.
Yeah. So, but he was. Yeah, I think he's more of a more.
But
in line
he is
for the first
U23.
Team. Yeah. So I'm a little. I just hope they have to qualify. That's really because this might not be the team that actually goes to the Olympics.
Yeah.
But they have to qualify. It would just be.
Look, if they don't qualify, then I hope they cancel the Olympics. Okay, like make it something else. Give us a chance. All right, in a 6 more months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if it didn't work out because
not our fault.
No fault. You know,
we lost on purpose. We want to take care of these kids.
I thought they should have canceled the 2018 World Cup.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah.
I said that.
Just a precautionary. Let's just go back.
So the other thing I wanted to mention is the women's team, the youth national team, the U20s.
That's right.
Are going to the World Cup, the U.S. women, and because they defeated the Dominican Republic.
I wouldn't say defeated, by the way.
Okay.
They allowed the Dominican Republic women's team to scrimmage with them.
No, well, look, at least the U.S. Women, these girls, they beat, they lost 6-0.
Yeah.
Cuba played the men's national team. I lost. What was the scoreline there?
I think it was like 2-0, 1-0.
No, it was 7-0.
Oh.
Okay, so therefore,
Cubans are more generous, is what you were gonna say just now.
Dominicans are better at soccer by 1 goal.
What was the score when we played each other, though?
Oh yeah. I mean, but. The results really, it's really what playing against the U.S. is really where it matters.
Not when we play each other. Clearly, that's not a way to see who's better. It's how is it when you play the U.S.
Nobody's ever judged anything that way.
No, why would we build the sport around that?
No, it's disappointing. I was watching this game. I was excited. I'm like, oh, the Dominican women beat Jamaica to make it to their first semifinal in any CONCACAF tournament.
Yeah.
They were thrilled. This is super exciting, but obviously going against.
Also, but like shouts to the people that tweeted it out. A lot of celebrities, Miro in particular, tweeted out, in support of the Dominican women's team, which is great. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, but where were you when they were down 4-0?
Huh? Where were you when the Dominican team was losing to Cuba? I remember that. Where were you?
Okay. Some of us have been here since the beginning. Okay, which is like roughly 3-4 years ago when we realized Dominicans were playing soccer.
He had their first album.
So frustrating. It would have been unbelievable if the Dominican Republic made it to the U20 World Cup.
It would have been amazing.
Unreal. But there's a lot of potential, a lot of talent, and a lot of the women that play on the team are either like American citizens of Dominican heritage.
Yeah, they're people that can play for the Dominican Republic.
So it's cool to see that part represented
but we
as well.
support women's soccer.
Yeah. There's a lot of Dominican people doing like everything they can to find like Dominican talent to make the program better in DR.
A couple ladies from the Bronx out there.
Let's go. That's all we need. Take the hoop earrings off and let's go.
Nah, play with these. Yo, we'll be right back after this.
Okay, so let's some more U.S. soccer drama.
We started with the positive.
So it's positive.
And now we're
Okay. Obviously, we've spoken about this very often, about the U.S. women's national team.
I think everyone knows where we stand.
Yeah, their legal case, and now a lot of the arguments are coming out. They're a matter of public record.
And I think this is what's important, right? Because everyone knew this was going to be public record. So I'm just glad that they were reasonable.
No, man, U.S. soccer, from a legal standpoint, have leaned in, and not in the good way.
No, not at all.
They have leaned into. I don't know if it's it seems like a men's rights blog.
Yeah, it's a little conspiracy theory.
It is. They've basically said,
And the first sentence is, "When is International Men's Day?" Question mark.
Just straight up Juan Agudelo tweet. Yeah, that's for the OGs out there.
All right, some of our day ones.
So they basically, to paraphrase, men are stronger than women, and why should we pay them equally? It feels a little bit like that.
It's like the beginning of a Maury Povich episode. This is what you do in the first segment.
Because you say something salacious to get the audience like, ooh, I'm angry. Booing. I got to watch this.
Yeah, but then by the end, it's not his kid. So who cares? Thank God for that kid. This is just, going from the negative publicity received from when they hired lobbyists, right?
Yeah.
From that moment on, clearly, look, you don't win anything by winning in the court of public opinion, right? You actually have to win the actual trial. Yeah. But this is just bad. Just a bad look after bad look after bad look.
Yeah, even if
it's like, we want to love y'all.
Even if they win this case, the court of public opinion will have already decided, like, yo, this is a trash argument to make. And it legally, you could understand they could through legalese and figuring out how to word things, they could possibly win this case. But like, what are you winning? That's kind of like the mentality.
You're cutting your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you gaining more by not paying the women a fair wage, or do you genuinely think that they're asking for too much? Because that's not what I could understand if they're like, no, yo, we ain't got it, right?
But like, there's a difference between saying you're asking for too much, but maybe you deserve a little more, versus y'all don't have the same chromosomes we do.
Yeah,
that's a big jump. Like, you can't take that back. You can't unsay that. It's in a document you signed, and you release it 24 hours before their She Believes final.
Yeah, I mean,
or semifinal.
It's a PDF. You can't even edit these.
Nah, dude. That came from you.
So look, they knew what they were doing, right? They maybe it got to, as far as the discussions, they were like, maybe is this the last resort of where we have to go to? But there's
the only thing missing is like, well, we can't pay them. We'll pay them a quarter less because of the periods. You know what I mean? That takes out a week each month. You know what I mean? Like,
there's literally wording in here that's like, it's not sexist to say that men are strong. Like, it says it in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yo, bro, everybody's concerned that you're being sexist, and you're like, it ain't sexist. You know?
Now I know what you're thinking. Right? It's like when you do the hey, no offense, and you're about to offend.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did here. Look, this ain't sexist. But have you ever noticed broads? It says it in there.
Did Jermaine Jones draft this with all due respect?
Yeah, with all due respect. Not for nothing, but
just crazy. Yeah, we'll figure out. We have to stay tuned to this because this is like gonna be a crazy outcome.
Where could they go next?
All right, we'll be back with more after this, everybody. Okay, we did it again.
Once again, baby.
Thank you for watching. Make sure that you tune in on Thursday because we're going to be joined by MLS Cup champion
Rodney
Wallace. Okay, so it's going to be great. So again, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros. Together, what are we?
The Cooligans!